Welcome to the Angel Mystic podcast. I am super excited you are listening because this is where spiritually open minds can come together to explore the wonders of angels, spiritual connections, and the art of manifesting. Hosted by me, Amanda Tooke, the Angel Mystic, your spiritual midwife to help you on your journey to a fulfilling and happy life. You may have seen me on ITV, Channel 4, or even in Fate and Fortune magazine. In each episode, we will delve into the mystical world of angels, offering you insights, guidance, practical tools to deepen your connection with the upstairs so that you can find inner peace, happiness, joy, and create the life that you want. Tune in for weekly, fun conversations, transformational insights that will elevate your spiritual journey and awaken your inner mystic. Please hit subscribe now as we embark on a transformational adventure with the Angel Mystic podcast. So last week in the podcast, I hinted about something exciting that was coming your way. Well, guess what? It's here. Let me introduce to you to Spiritual Versity because I have been sat on this for way too long. And now this is your opportunity to join my no fuss spiritual membership that is simply delivered. And I am so excited. You can probably tell I'm as giddy as a kipper, as my nana used to say. But here's what you're going to get when you join this very low cost membership for spiritually curious souls that want to help with alignment, being inspired, with grounding, with connecting with your angels without all of the noise of a busy Facebook group. Because here's what's included. As soon as you join, you get access to my starter bundle, my spiritual starter bundle. That is a crystal grid guide. So it's going to help you create a crystal grid because I have manifested amazing things with a crystal grid. And I want to show you how you can do it too. It is a grounding and protection meditation because that is the one thing that makes your day go so much better. And I've created you a really good version of that. And also an angel message decoder. Who doesn't want one of those? Because that helps you understand the messages that your angels are giving you. I'm going to be emailing you each month to keep you inspired, to keep you on track, and give you amazing discounts for anything else that I offer. Some of those discounts are up to 50% off. So for the value that you are getting, it's incredible. It's a no-brainer. Spiritual Versity is £20 for a year. Yes, you heard that right, for a year. So all you need to do is go over to the show notes, get the link and sign up while this place is available and get access to all this amazing content and then all those fabulous discounts that will be waiting for you. It is spiritual growth made simple, made affordable. And I can't wait for you to try it and let me know what you think. So let's crack on with the podcast. Welcome to the Angel Mystic podcast. This podcast is episode 90, I believe. 90. It's quite incredible, really. And I wanted to title it How to Manifest the Impossible in my toughest year yet. So I've got no script. I'm sort of just freestyling. I am just going to deliver to you some things which is going to be quite difficult to talk about because 2025 has not been so easy for me up to now, up to date. It is getting better and I still have manifested something incredible in that. And I wanted to share that because I'm not about pretending everything's perfect in my life. My life is as messy as your life. My life can be as chaotic as your life. But I can still manifest incredible things. And I share that, hoping that will inspire you in your messiness, whatever's going on for you, in your lessons, in your learnings. It happens for us all in this life. So that you can manifest the things that you want to. So I don't want to set the intention wrong, but I don't think this is going to be so easy to talk about it. I've spoke about it within my groups a little bit up to now, but I haven't spoke about it publicly at all. And I think it's important to share these sorts of things. I'm just going to do that, so hopefully the recording doesn't get interrupted. So I started 2025 excited about all the possibilities, did all the good intention setting, and 2025, yeah, I was excited. New year, new start, all of that. And I'd seen a house at the end of last year that really sort of ticked the boxes for me, and it looks a bit like, if you've seen the pictures you will know, it looks a bit like the house from The Holiday. It's really sort of a little gorgeous cottage. But the point of this house is it's really close to my family, my children and my grandchildren. And I thought, oh, how lovely would it be to be so near to them and see them more and be able to see the girls after school and just be a little bit more involved with them and then just dip in and out. I mean, I wasn't far away from them, but it just would be nice to be closer to them. But it felt like mission impossible because this house isn't suitable for my mum, who has lived with me since my dad passed. And she also didn't want to move from where she was. So I had no idea how this could even possibly manifest. I also got delivered some really bad news in January from my accountant, and he held his hands up and said that he's been doing my VAT wrong for the last 3 years. How an accountant does VAT wrong, I don't know, but he was happy to sweep it under the rug, under the carpet, and pretend there was nothing going on and just, adjust things in the next VAT return with HMRC. Initially I thought, oh, that must be okay because he's my accountant and I should be able to trust him, and that's what, that's what we'll do. But I couldn't sleep at night. Seriously, I can't stand owing people money at all, let alone HMRC. And it turned into a horrible downward spiral. It caused me anxiety, stress, heart complications, health issues. Seriously, it was bad. My accountant was very unhelpful in terms of fixing the problem. When I did put pressure on for them to fix it, it ended up with a huge bill that I was not prepared for, a massive bill for me. It was just a nightmare, and it was a nightmare that I had to fight. And you would think that the accountancy firm would have some sort of, responsibility and want to fix it, but they just weren't bothered. And even the governing body that I went to wasn't bothered, which really alarmed me, to be honest. And when I spoke to HMRC about it all, they said, oh, you'd be surprised how many times this happens. And I think, gosh, we're trusting these people with, things that we haven't got time, energy or inclination to do with our accounts, and they're messing them up. But I do believe that in life, anything that's difficult has lessons and learnings attached to it. But this has gone on till beginning of May. So that's 5 months of stress, anxiety, sleepless nights, just awful things. And when we're manifesting, we need to stay high vibe and we need to stay as positive as we can. And when you've got something in your life that is an energy leak, it is draining you, it's very hard to be in that positive place for manifesting. And there was big things that I wanted. I wanted obviously all this financial stuff sorted with HMRC. I also wanted to move house, but I had to consider my mum, and I didn't know how that was going to happen. There was lots of things in my life that I wanted to change, but all the while this problem was simmering under the surface and affecting all areas of my life. But I worked hard on my mindset, and you can never give that up. You know, working on your money mindset, working on your positivity is something that we have to do all the time. We do have to look at what we're learning from these difficult things. And when we're in the thick of it, that's something that is difficult to do often. But sometimes you need to get a little bit past it, and then you can see the lessons and the learnings. The angels talk about the lesson, the learning, the gift, and the blessing. And when you take any problem, you look at what the lesson is. Think of the lesson like, you know, when you were at school, it was a history lesson. And the learning is the Tudors. You were learning all about the Tudors. The lesson, the learning, the gift. Can you find the gift in that situation? When you found that gift in the situation, you can find the blessing. And when you found the blessing, guess what? You've worked through it, and you don't have to keep replaying all those lessons again and again and again. And you've done the forgiveness work. So I've worked hard on that. And, you know, this is, be honest with you, this is not my first accountancy problem. I seem to have had a little bit of a run of these things, and clearly it's about my lessons. So I encourage you, if you are struggling with something, look for what you're learning from the situation. I know when things are dark and difficult, it isn't always easy to see the positives, but they will be there. And you have to keep working on your mindset all the time. You have to give yourself little respite from that stress, from that thing that's draining you. Because you know, the most important thing about manifesting is your energy and your high vibe. And stay in high vibe as much as you can. So I surrendered the house problem to the angels, to the universe, and things happened. Easy conversations with my mum about finding a solution moving forward. Amazingly, the outcome of the solution is that my mum hasn't had to move. I've moved, but my mum stayed where she was because she was happy there. It worked for her living there. And some other family members have moved in, living with her. So it's a win-win situation. And when I was sat in, you know, back in December, thinking this is a lovely house, it'd be perfect for me. What am I going to do? How is this going to get fixed? I never could have predicted the outcome that has happened. Never in a million years. And ironically, the outcome that's happened, I got news of that when I was on holiday. And that is often when you walk away from something and you focus on fun, you focus on joy, that's when things start to get fixed. That's the surrender. Look, do you know what? I've handed this over and I'm just going to go have fun and get on with my life. And things start to get sorted. So if you're struggling, please, you know, bear that in mind. I'm hoping this podcast is of value. It does feel like not quite my usual style of podcast because, in fact, maybe I'm having a bit of a run of these, not my usual one, because I did the anniversary one where I'm feeling like I want to talk about things that are more relevant. And I'm really hoping by me sharing this, it's going to be relevant for you, because keep working on you. Take 3 things from this. Keep working on you, working on your mindset. Understand that the difficult bits are always lessons and learnings, even if you can't see them when you're in the thick of it. And know that miracles happen all the time. But for miracles to happen, you have to surrender. You have to let the problem go. Let the universe fix it. Because if you're saying to the universe, I only want it fixed in one way, and this is how it is, and you're only looking in one way, you've got tunnel vision, and you're not seeing all the other possibilities that can come in. So let me know over in Abundance Manifesting if this has made sense to you. Please, as ever, you know, give us some feedback, because it really helps to know that we're hitting the spot with these podcasts. And now we're going to do our angel guidance. This is for the 2nd to the 8th of June. Yes, we are in the 6th month of the year, halfway through 2025. I am hoping that the rubbishy bits are behind me now. And another reason I don't want to go too much into the nitty-gritty of the problems that I've been experiencing is because that's how you manifest more of the same. And I do not want to do that. So there we go. Let that go. We've learned, and we're not going to keep picking at it, because if you keep picking at it, you're going to manifest more of the same. So let's see what the cards say. Oh, they're coming out quite unusually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cards, and they're all sort of like skew with a little bit. We're starting the week with the organised card. Here it is, the organised card. This card it's talking about how you need to get your things in order. I feel like there's something, and I'd love to know if you can take this, but I feel like there's something that you've been avoiding doing that you need to do, and that's been a drain. That's been an energy leak in itself, because you know that you've had to do it, but you've done everything else but it. And I was a bit like that recording this podcast, to be honest. I kept procrastinating on it and doing everything else but recording it. But here we go. The organised card is coming out for the Monday. So organise, do those things that you've been meaning to do, get them off your list, because it is time to plan. Now the cards feel like they're sliding, and it feels like that sliding is bringing a lot of ease and a lot of flow with the week. But what you've got to do is you've got to trust. You've got to trust 100% that the universe has your back. And I think that's one of the things that's helped me navigate through this difficult few months, because I 110% trust that the universe has my back. I trust that everything always works out for me. And do you know what? Because I have that trust, it always, always does. So even in the darkness that's been happening earlier this year, I've trusted that this will all work out for me. The next card for the Wednesday is the soul card. The soul card is very much remembering that you are an old soul, that you've got all this wisdom within you, and you need to use that in daily life. You need to make sure that you are trusting. Again, the word trust comes in. Trusting that. I do want you to look out for coins, and I do want you to look out for rainbows as your sign from your angels. And as we move into Thursday, we've got the no card. Now, the no card is not a negative card, but the no card is you need to take time and not rush into anything. You need to take stock of what you've got. I feel like you need to be still, be paused before you move forward, so you can absolutely 100% feel that you are making the right decisions. Friday, we've got the pesky fears card, and the fears card is a reminder that you'll be hitting this all the way through. You know, I've been hitting this a lot in 2025, but the fear card is just something you need to learn to walk through, like get through it, because what you want is on the other side of that fear. So don't let it hold you back, because when you do, you are going to move into, for Saturday, the romance card. Now, if you want love and romance, this is the time to push forward on that, to push through those fears from Friday, and absolutely, you know, set your stall out and claim it as your own and manifest it. If it isn't a romance that you want, if it isn't a new relationship that you want, this is all about doing things that are more fun and more passion based. I mean, if you know me, you know that I'm into my crochet. So for me, my passion is crochet. It's also spiritual development, crystals, anything like that. But there we go. Get yourself doing things that you love. It's the weekend for it. And we're ending Sunday with the safety card. Now, this is a reminder to make sure that you're grounding and protection every day. If you don't know how to do this, check out Spiritual Versity. Spiritual Versity just launched after me sitting on it for 18 months, wondering what to do with it. And it has just launched. It's an annual membership. It's just £20 for the whole year. And that means that you get a whole spiritual bundle, one of them being a grounding and protection meditation that I've specially recorded for you. You also get a crystal grid guide and an angel sign decoder, so you can work out all your angel signs and your messages that are coming direct from your angels. You also get 2 events each year, live goal setting events, one in July, one in January, and you get incredible savings of up to 50% off all the things that can come your way. There's some access to them immediately as soon as you join, and then there's some things when we launch. So there you go. That is the safety card. There are cards for the week. Look out for your little white feathers as well. Look out for your messages in music. And if you want to know how to understand your signs better, make sure you've got a place in the annual membership. £20 for the whole year in spiritual versity. Everything is in show notes as ever. Let me know what feedback on this podcast. And here's to an amazing second half of 2025. Bye for now. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If so, please hit follow and share my message by sharing with your friends. It would be amazing if you can leave a review. All this will help, and it activates the universal law of the more you give, the more you receive. So it's a win-win. You can find more good stuff between episodes over on social media. Just search The Angel Mystic on Facebook, Instagram or TikTok, or check out the links in the show notes. I'd love for you to connect more over in my free group in Abundance Manifesting, all on Facebook. I hope to see you there.